Hi, this is Jennifer with Mindful Movement, Mindful Living, and I am here today with a quick movement tip for the holiday season, which actually you can use any time of year, but this is specific holiday theme today. But here's a quick sort of movement hack to give you more movement in your day without taking any extra time. How's that sound? Perfect, anytime you're busy, right? So right now I have a whole bunch of gifts to wrap for my friends and my family and my neighbors and my girls' teachers. So I'm settling in for some gift wrapping, and just a really quick little movement hack that I use is, instead of setting all of this stuff up on a table, I set it up on the floor, which takes no extra time, but I do get a whole lot more movement in this way because I have more range of motion, basically. So anytime I have to get up to get something, I have to go move my body from the floor all the way up to standing, and then same thing, anytime I come back down, I have to go from standing all the way down, which might not seem like a big deal, but it is, because a lot of times in everyday life, we're stopping at that sort of halfway point in a chair or a couch or whatever, or car. We're in that sort of halfway down position when we're sitting. So this is a nice way to do the full range, because full range is important, and varying our movement is also really important. So that just gives me a little more movement as far as range of motion. Now the second reason that this is really beneficial is that it gives me a more varied movement, because the seated position gets a bad rap for sure because we're in it a lot. And one of the reasons that people frown upon that sitting in a chair position is simply the fact that we're in it for so many hours of our day often, right? Or for so long. We're in it for a long time. And it's that fixed position that is not that great for our body. Our body is meant to move in a variety of ways through different ranges of motion, and also with some sort of frequency. So any position that's the same position for a really long time is probably not going to be the best choice for our body, for our movement or lack of movement. So when we're sitting on the floor, we just have more options for how we can sit. We're in the chair, we're probably most likely, I mean, certainly you could sit in a squat position on most chairs and that sort of thing, but probably we're going to sit in that sort of classic seated position. The floor also, I'm on sort of a more firm, I have hardwood floors with just a little, like a thin rug on it. So just naturally, I just get more feedback where it just gets uncomfortable after a minute or so to be in one position. So without even really thinking about it, I'm just going to shift to a different type of position. So I might be sitting, in a wide-legged seated position, and then switch to a half squat, which I'm in right now, or a full squat, or a cross-legged position. So I'm just really mixing it up and getting a lot of mobility, especially through the lower body and the hips, right, as I am just sitting on the floor. And that's a whole lot of movement and benefit that I would not be getting if I were sitting in a chair. So that is just a nice little benefit, or actually a pretty big benefit, right, of swapping out the chair for the floor. And another great benefit is that it takes no extra time. So if you're feeling busy this time of year, or any time of year, just swap out your chair for the floor when you have a chance, and it didn't take any extra time, but you'll get a lot more mobility, and you'll be moving in more, a bigger range of motion, which is really a great benefit. So it's a nice little movement hack that you can do. Also, if you cut out sitting on the ground or sitting on the floor, you might find it gets more, like any movement, right? It gets more challenging. It becomes more of an effort, or maybe you just feel like you just don't want to do it anymore because it's not worth it. So it's important to keep that up if you can and it's comfortable. But if it's not, if you haven't been sitting on the floor, as many of us haven't, because there's furniture everywhere, even behind me, then that's fine. So just work in a range of motion that is appropriate for you right now. So you don't have to sit all the way on the floor to get the benefit, right? Maybe you just sit a little lower than your chair, right? Or something a little bit that lower or closer to the ground, but that is still comfortable for you, that is not, going past your boundaries right now. Something that I like to do is just add just kind of a bolster or a floor cushion, something like that is a really nice, or an ottoman sometimes is a little bit lower, something like that is nice. So those are all really nice options. There's tons of other ones you can do. I have a floor cushion right here actually. Sometimes I like to sit on this, even though I can sit on the floor, it's just more comfortable and I can kind of mix it up a little bit. So I have a lot of floor cushions in my house, which are really nice to use as well. So you could always grab some extra, cushions or pillows or bolsters or whatever you have to help make things more comfortable, or just mix it up a little bit, or make sure that you're not moving in a position or range of motion that isn't working for you, because you certainly don't want to do anything that's going to, cause strain or injury. So just going in a range that feels really comfortable for you, but is a little bit different than the chair is really nice. So, so just kind of thinking outside the box a little bit, or outside the chair, with your seated positions. So it's a really nice way to add some more variety and some more, some different range of motion, some more range of motion to your everyday movement in an activity you would be doing anyway. So wrapping presents, or any time of year really, right? Checking email, reading, any type of thing you could do at a desk that could also be transferred to the floor. That works all year. So there's my movement hack for this holiday season for you, or one of them. So I hope this is helpful. If it is helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, or send me a comment or a message. I love to hear from you to let me know if this is helpful, and also what other types of videos are helpful for you. What would you like to see? Because that's always helpful for me to hear from you and know what you'd like to, what would be helpful for you to make for my future videos. So, so I look forward to hearing from you. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have a happy holiday season. Thank you so much.